Oh. There was 1 month vote that was red. One vote against her wasn't red. We don't know whose vote she blocked, but it was probably points.
Yeah, I found something at tribal, but I got caught getting it. I dropped my buff, and Mark knows that I found something. It's an extra vote is what it is. Gary, Hoy, and myself are the strong three. And I've already shared it with them that I've got it. And Mark saw me get it. So at some point I'm going to have to let him in the loop that I've got it and let him know what it is. And we're thinking at the tribe of 7 is when we're going to use that, because he knows I've got something.
Alright guys, welcome to your next immunity challenge. Louie, I'll take back the necklace. Thank you. So immunity is back up for grabs. In this next challenge, you guys will be paired up in 3 heats of 3. What's gonna happen is you guys are gonna line up against your puzzle board. You're going to race down to the table at the far end. On that table is gonna be a piece of paper with numbers. There is 16 numbers in total. You're gonna have to memorize these 16 numbers and then go here and put your puzzle pieces in that exact numerical order. The first person to come back and finish that, you guys can go out as many times as you want. The first person to get all the numbers correctly is going to win immunity. But we're gonna start off in heats, so we'll have 1 winner from each heat, and then all those 3 will move on to the final heat. That person will win. Survivors ready? Go! Susan back second. Anessa taking her time. Sam back again. That's incorrect. This keep going. Keep going. Susan moves on to the final round. All right, Gary, Mark, and Emily for immunity. Survivors ready? Go! Emily heading back out. Mark peeking over. I saw you. Gary switching things around. Emily moves on to the final round. All right, survivors ready. Go. Hoy's taking his time memorizing. Eddie back for his second run. Hoy heading back. Eddie putting in the last few pieces. Hoy heading out. Eddie gets it right. Eddie moves on. It is mother and daughter versus Eddie. Survivors ready. Go. Wow. Emily heading back first. Susan headed back to the board. No, something is wrong. Take a look. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Be careful how you position your numbers. Eddie called it first.
Okay, you got it.
Eddie wins immunity. Congratulations, Eddie. That was well earned.
I am so excited. I think this whole game has proven things to me, like things that I didn't think I could do. I'm doing and loving every minute of it. So to even be in that final round was a personal, challenge and goal of mine.
I didn't want to win immunity because they already think that I'm, apparently I'm bred in challenges, which is mind-blowing because, I didn't think that about myself. I'm actually, it's cool that Eddie won, but he probably shouldn't have. It's okay.
Yeah, so my sister still in the game, Vanessa, and there's no sibling rivalry right now. We're paired up to the end, so I'm really happy about that too.
Obviously, you saw me pick up something, that immunity. It's an advantage in the game. It's not an idol, but it's an advantage in the game.
Okay.
We're going to use it later on.
Yeah, I'm going to use it now.
It's not going to be used now. You're solid on it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, all right. I'll fill you in more when the time comes.
Okay.
Because it all depends on immunity, obviously. Does anybody else know that I have it?
I think Gary ought to.
Gary saw me pick it up too? Can we keep it between the three of us? Yeah?
Let's
All
do
right.
it. I'm done. Right, walking into tribal council today, I noticed that Sam was standing up, letting everyone else walk by him, and he was standing right at the edge of the pew. So I thought it was a little suspicious, so I was watching him throughout the whole tribal council to see if he would kick over the urn and get what was inside of it, and he did. And I was nudging Gary to see if he saw, but he didn't. So at the next immunity challenge, I told Emily and Gary about it to see if we can like get him. I wasn't gonna vote out Sarah. I was gonna vote with Hoy because I didn't want to write Sarah's name down. But when I saw Sam get the advantage, if like Anissa saw my vote that was not for Sarah, she would be suspicious, and I think I would have gone next. Yeah, hopefully it's Hoy and they're not playing us and vote out your mom or something.
Yeah, I know. Because I think she's the target. I really think she is, and I think Bing has the same idea as me, like break up the couple. But I don't think me and my mom or you and Louie are the couples to break up, because my mom and I are working. I mean, like we're working together, but I'll cut her.
I know.
I feel like you guys are not even like working closely together. I don't know about Gary.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. They might pull him back.
Yeah, I think he's on the bottom over there though, so I think it makes sense for him to come with us.
Yeah.
If they're doing my mom, no one's gonna tell me that.
Yeah. I'll let you know if I did hear your mom's name, but I'll let you know if that's what they say final.
No, she's not. I know she did well in that challenge. I don't think she's as big of a challenge threat as some other people. I think also, I don't know, I think she's very easy to cut later in the line. That's the biggest thing, because I will turn on her. I don't know how many times that's been on camera. And she is not strategic. Every vote she asks me, who is it? And I tell her. I guess their thought is she's an extra vote for me right now. So that's probably, and then I'm easy to go once she's gone. Are they saying my mom? Yeah. Is that what you're gonna do?
I don't think so. I think, didn't you say you wanted to vote for her?
Yeah. It's the three of us.
Yeah. Sam? I'm not sure. Yeah, so I think that he's probably going to stick with it.
I don't know if I would talk to Sam.
He's
He's pretty solid.
Yeah.
On your mom.
Yeah.
Well, there's no one, I don't think, unless you could get Louie. But
Good try.
You can try?
Yeah.
Okay.
like going to the final three with like Anissa and Eddie and Hoy and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it's not a good idea.
That's a terrible idea. Go with me and my mom.
Yeah.
And I.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. I think the clear vote is Anissa. I think it's so clear, and I wish the people on the bottom of purple would see it. She's been leaving everything. She's been lying to everyone. I don't think she's playing a good game to the jury. I don't think anyone on the jury likes her one bit. I wish people would see that. People want to go for easier names. I've heard, maybe they want to they still think purple's strong. So I think me, Mark, I don't think Eddie is in danger because he's with Anissa. So my idea is we have to break up Eddie and Anissa. People were on board for Eddie because he was yellow. I don't think people are going to be on board for her. But the longer you let someone like her stay in the game, the more they feel there's a target on their back. Right now she feels safe, we should get her.
Sam has an extra vote. Sam is able to use that extra vote at any time. The reason why I found that out is because Mark saw it. So Mark is the one that told me about it. And that's how I was knowledgeable about that information. So, of course, because Hoy is the one that told me about the hidden immunity idol. So, of course, I feel indebted to them at some point, like to some extent. But at the same time, like, this is basically what's being said to me. Emily wants to flip the vote on Inessa right now because obviously there's a tight purple alliance. Like, we're running purple strong. We have the majority right now. And I love that idea. The idea sounds great, but I feel like it's a little too early. And Inessa's also the type of person that she's really just paranoid. So that paranoia really just it's okay, girl, take a deep breath. I also have this idol in my pants.
But we're gonna split the votes just in case one of them has an idol. And I think they're actually gonna put my name down. They don't like me. I've tried to work with them so much, and it's every single time I've ever tried to work with them, it has not worked out.
Not a good feeling to have. I haven't heard. Really?
Yeah, me either. I'm like nervous. What are you thinking about Facebook? Honestly.
My crew is a 3 who aren't here.
We have Sam, you got your mom.
I was like out of breath still. I don't know.
So right now, I gotta just basically double down on my lies, which is basically that like, oh, we think Emily has an idol, blah, 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 blah. I'm playing all this like dumb thing. She 100% does not have the idol. Obviously, Gary has the idol and he's working with me and Sam. But we want to kind of keep feeding into that narrative that, oh, maybe Emily's found an idol. And because like, Anessa is like trying real hard to like push that narrative and she's afraid and she's paranoid, I want to make sure that she feels validated and that she feels heard so that I can keep her trust. So I need to cut her.
Hoy is a huge threat in this game. We can't let him go much further than this. He's going to win. Hoy, Gary, and Sam are going to just be 3. And then we get out Hoy. Because if Hoy catches Hoy and is trying to against him now, he's going to rally the troops and then it's going to be a battle. Sam wants to be on Susie, which is fine. And that's the story. He could be lying to me and that's the story we're going with. And we're all like, yes, let's put on Susie.
Emily and I have been sticking together because it's not been to the point yet where we've needed to separate, and we thought we had a pretty good crew, and then we have been noticing some other conversations going on that we're not a part of, and it makes me nervous that something is up with our so-called like bonds. And Anessa has been sort of gathering other like kind of maybe swing votes and trying to figure out if she can get her own little thing going. It's sort of the easy vote off at this point. The only thing I think I have going for me is that if people cut me around, I'd sort of be an easy person to compete with later.
Where's Susie?
No, we split the vote 5 Emily before Emily, 3 Susan, and 2 whoever.
Yeah.
Whoever they vote for.
But I'm afraid that and then somebody will jump in with them, like a
No one is jumping.
I don't know.
If it makes you
We
feel better,
voted
just
solid the last couple of times, except for them.
If you want to, just throw my name out there.
No.
I'm
I mean,
okay with that.
what if we just do 2 on the other person, not 3?
Sam and Hoy want to go to the final 3. I don't want to sit next to Hoy because he's literally dodged bullets this whole fucking game. He's been, like, impenetrable. That's not good for me to sit next to. I probably could sit next to Sam and beat them, and this is the part where I have to start thinking about who I want to sit next to at the end of my game. Susan can either be, like, I've thought this through my head. If I had my ideal final 3, right now I would be sitting next to Sam, and I would be sitting next to Susan. The reason why, like, Sam, he's played, but he's also had, like, outbursts. He's also been kind of just, like, all over the place, so I don't think that he's made great relationships with the jury. I need to check in with Mark to see where Mark's head is, because personally, I really, like, the ideal final 3 would be Sam and Susan, but I could see myself working and making things happen long term with Mark and Emily. And Eddie's coming over here.
That's good for us for the next 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're at what, top
7.
What are numbers?
Hi, congrats again. What we're saying,
They think it's
throw
you.
him. Throw him on the
Sounds good to me.
I can see them. Yeah, because I'm sure we'll
8 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I lost my mom to breast cancer, so I'm sorry, Jessica. So for me, this is just a testament to recovering from that and being strong and showing my daughter that you can do anything, even if your outlook doesn't look great. That's how my mom was. So this, you won't believe this weekend has made my bond with Emily so strong. And I know she'll have that forever. And she asked me to participate, so it's even more special. Because, you know, when kids get older, they do their own thing, and we're still close, but this has really made a huge, wonderful, special memory that we'll always have.
All right, let's now bring in the members of our jury. Shantelle, Katie, Pete, Sarah voted out at the last tribal council. So let's talk about that last tribal. There was a lot of things kind of said, specifically Sarah talking about an advantage. Mark, do you want to talk about that? Did that sort of come into play in the vote at all?
I think so. I thought everyone was going to vote for Sarah, but then there were two that were on point, and I was kind of confused on who they were. So when we found out that it was not a real vote, then I kind of...
So how was that last vote in your mind, Sam? Did that signify unity, a new unity, or just prolonged an already formed unity?
I think it was an already formed line going on there, but I've been kind of on every vote.
So if you're left in the dark, does that mean you're on the outside?
I'll play it.
Hoy, you've gotten votes pretty much at every single tribal council so far. Do you expect the same thing to happen today? And if so, have you done anything to try to avoid it from happening?
Yeah, I think there's maybe this like cool, I don't know what you want to call it, but there's people that kind of, groups of us that can help make decisions. It feels pretty, I would say, I don't know, democratic, I don't know what you want to call it, but by and large, I kind of just do as much as I can with whatever I feel at this point.
So Susan, Hoy brings up a point that there seems to be a group of people who are making the decisions. Are you part of that group? And why are you not part of that group?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I thought I was, and I think the last time something changed, something shifted. So I noticed when everyone's conversing, I'm sort of just wandering around, like looking for things. And, for them. So I'm just happy to be here at this point.
Emily, do you feel like you're in the same boat because she is your mother, or are you still trying to play separate?
Even worse, you see, I'm not wearing the shirt anymore, but you see the sports bra, it's yellow. And it's no secret that yellow, there's not as many yellows. I think the other people in yellow, they have people on purple. Both of them now are people who have joined up with loved ones and might feel drawn over to purple, and maybe their loved ones are in that core alliance that's making decisions. My only case at this point being yellow is that I'm the number. I'm looking for things to do, people to vote for, like my mom, and there are some big threats here, and there's always someone in every season of Survivor who says it, and I guess this season it's my job to say that there are threats. You can't go to the final three with everyone sitting here, so you need to be thinking long term.
Fair enough. Does anyone have anything they'd like to?
Yeah, I'm really not much of a threat, so if everyone's thinking to vote me out, which I think may be the case right now, if you take me to the end, I'm like you're a slam dunk. So, do you know what that means? Like, I'm trying to explain, like, I'm not really a threat, so getting rid of me at this point.
Neither of us are like big threats,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting here surrounded by huge threats, and we're
so-
saying there's two of us, let's do something, and
Right.
it's a frustrating position. I've seen it so many times.
Do you feel like maybe the threats are coming together because they realize they're threats, and that that's a sense of security?
For sure, but it's like, okay, that sense of security brings you to 6, and at 6, the threats know to expect things. They know, here's where I have to play the idol I've been holding on to if there is one. Here's where I have to get really, really sneaky. At, how many are left? 9. At 9, maybe threats aren't thinking, that it's their time. So why not make a move at 9 instead of waiting till 6 or 5 when everyone's expecting it? But I don't know.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to add before we get to the vote? All right, so let's get it started.
Definitely learned how to spell your name by now.
Well, this may be my last time to do this, so I'll give it my best shot.
All right, guys, if anyone has the hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, I will read the votes. First vote, Hoy. Second vote, Susan. That's 1 vote Hoy, 1 vote Susan. Third vote, Hoy. That's 2 votes Hoy, 1 vote Susan. Fourth vote, Susan. That's 2 votes Susan, 2 votes Hoy. Fifth vote, Emily. That's 2 votes Susan, 2 votes Hoy, 1 vote Emily. Sixth vote, Emily. That's 2 votes Emily, 2 votes Susan, 2 votes Hoy. Seventh vote, Emily. That's 3 votes Emily, 2 votes Susan, 2 votes Hoy. Eighth vote, and the 5th member of our jury, Emily. Emily, you're gonna need to bring me your torch. Emily, the tribe has spoken.
Thank you guys so much. I think most of you just made a huge mistake.
But it was a lot of fun. But big mistake.
All right, guys, the numbers are dwindling, and the line in the sand seems pretty drawn. Susan, I know that's pretty emotional seeing your daughter get voted out. We are down to 2 loved one pairs left in this game, 8 people. Let's see what happens next. Let's go to the next challenge. Next time on Survivor New York.
Original purple crew, right?
That is true.
It's all good. It's all good, you guys.
I have somehow managed to stay alive at this point in the game.
We're getting ready to make a major move.
Because I'm telling everybody, oh yeah, sure. But I'm just keeping, the best options for myself.
I lost. So I'm obviously really disappointed to have not made it further. I was really thinking and hoping that the yellow team could go all the way, especially at the merge. But unfortunately that didn't happen. I'm really, really grateful though to have had the experience, and I'm rooting so hard for my mom. I'm so thrilled she's still in the game. I think she's doing amazing, and I hope that I'm able to eventually vote for her in the final 3 from the jury if she makes it that far. So I'm cheering her on from the jury.